By the end of this video, you know all the best career paths for successful Scrum Masters and which one should you pick. Let's start with the obvious one, supporting multiple and more challenging teams. A typical career path for a Scrum Master will start with serving a single team, and after a while, this team will need less and less of the time of a Scrum Master. They will start facilitating the Scrum events themselves. They are improving themselves. They no longer need the Scrum Master to identify and remove impediments. They can do it themselves, assuming that the Scrum Master has been guiding them and supporting them to become self-sufficient, self-organized, and self-managed. At this point, a good Scrum Master will seek additional challenges. This can mean working with multiple teams at the same time, supporting 2 teams, 3 teams at the same time, or working with more challenging teams or challenging products. Doesn't mean that the Scrum Master will stop supporting the original team. No. Still support the original team, but way less, and spend more time supporting maybe a new team, another new team, or more challenging teams. All this at the same time. When developing new Scrum Masters, I like assigning them with teams that I feel they are more likely to succeed. This means not teams with difficult personalities or unrealistic timelines. But these are for average and good and new Scrum Masters. But if you want to be a great Scrum Master, if you want to do the transition to great and superstar Scrum Master, you'll need to start working with multiple complex teams, difficult personalities to handle, unrealistic timelines set by sponsors. At this point, you will become a sort of senior Scrum Master if you want to remain a Scrum Master. You'll become a superstar Scrum Master, a senior Scrum Master. After a few years working as a senior Scrum Master, supporting multiple challenging teams at the same time, you can transition to the role of an Agile coach, which basically is the same thing, but at a higher level. Instead of going into the nitty-gritty of specific teams, supporting individual teams, you're more at a higher organizational level, helping transition this agile transformation, spread this agile way of working, and supporting multiple, maybe 10, 20 teams at the same time at a higher level. That's not an entry-level position. You really need advanced knowledge and experience in both Scrum and Agile to become an Agile coach. That means years of practice. And the best way to tell people, to show people that you have this advanced knowledge and experience is to do certifications. I don't really agree with certifications because I feel that you should always be learning, But sometimes companies, they really want to confirm that you have this advanced knowledge. So do the certification for Scrum, do the certifications to become an Agile coach. All these are available. Not cheap, but they are available. And you can start doing all these things if you want to speed up the process of you becoming an Agile coach. Another good path in order to speed up your transition to the Agile coach role is to do the 3 roles of Scrum. Maybe you were a developer previously and you're a Scrum Master now. Why not become a product owner? Then you get the full spectrum, the 3 roles of Scrum, tons of knowledge and experience, and you should be ready in a few years to become an Agile coach. And maybe when becoming a product owner, you realize that you like it a lot. You like more what the team is building than building the team. Maybe you like the role so much that you decide to remain as a product owner. And it should be also an easy transition from the Scrum Master role to the product owner role. You already know how to prioritize the backlog, right? Writing user stories, creating a vision, a product roadmap. You already have all these skills as a Scrum Master. You can easily transition to the role of a product owner. Obviously, a product owner needs a lot of other things, but the transition will be easy. Another good transition career path for the Scrum Master is becoming a manager. As a Scrum Master, you should already be taking the stance of a manager, but not managing people or the team. You're managing the Scrum process, currently managing the Scrum process. A key part of the role of a Scrum Master is guiding the team, supporting the team to become self-sufficient and self-managed. This is an ideal skill when transitioning to the role of a manager, because you won't be this command and control manager telling people what to do. No, you will be a servant leader. You already have this skill, this experience, this knowledge in order to guide the team and manage the team in this way so that you can get the full potential out of individual people in the team and also the team as a whole. make them, guide them in becoming self-sufficient, self-organized and self-managed instead of telling them what to do. A Scrum Master or a senior Scrum Master who's been very successful supporting multiple challenging teams can decide to become a mentor to other Scrum Masters, especially new Scrum Masters. Some organizations call this role an Agile coach, but I like using the role mentor. You're mentoring people. You're not only coaching people, you're really mentoring people, especially new Scrum Masters. When you become a new Scrum Master, maybe you have a certification, your CSM or your PSM1. You read the Scrum Guide, the 14 pages twice, and you want to become a Scrum Master. The role for a new Scrum Master is really hard. It's not an entry-level position. You really need to understand a lot, and you need a mentor to guide you, to teach you stuff, agile practices, the principles, the values, the Scrum framework. You need someone, and this someone can be you if you want to really go into this role. There's a lot of demand for this because there's always new Scrum Masters on the market. Another trendy transition for the Scrum Master is to become an Agile project manager. People, companies that use Agile are way above the curve in terms of customer satisfaction and the quality of the product they put to the market compared to companies that use the old waterfall model. And project managers are also in demand because they can lead projects within timeline, within scope, while still providing value. And management love this. They love project managers because of this. They can respect this unrealistic timeline and keep it within scope. But why not combine both Agile and project management? Why not become an Agile project manager that will use this iterative approach in the project management life cycle? You still have an overall project vision, but you start with a broad direction and then you adapt to changes in the market, changes to the requirement. Instead of building requirements documents for weeks, months, and then starting development, why not build the minimum in terms of requirements and then starting development now, getting feedback, pushing something to the market, getting feedback from customers, and then adapting to that. That's the iterative approach. And you are a servant leader. You are not a command and control project manager telling people how to technically do things. No, you're not a technical person. You are here to make sure that the project is within scope, within timeline, by still providing value. That's it. You're not here to tell people what to do in terms of business specifications or technical specifications. No, let them be self-organized, self-managed. You are here for the project, get a overall view of a project. There's many career paths for a Scrum Master, but it all starts with a single thing: becoming a good Scrum Master, a great Scrum Master, a superstar Scrum Master. Once you are a superstar, you can literally decide anything: becoming an Agile coach, a mentor, a senior Scrum Master, anything. Asking what's the best career path for a Scrum Master is like asking what's the best career path for a pro athlete. Doesn't make sense. A pro athlete can become a broadcaster, can use their money to start a business. But the goal of a pro athlete was never to start a business or become a broadcaster. No, it was becoming this pro athlete in this specific sport. And the same thing applies for a Scrum Master. The goal of a Scrum Master is to become a great Scrum Master. Then they can branch out in other things. And because of this, the role of a Scrum Master can end itself. The goal might be to become a better Scrum Master. As simple as that. A pro athlete can't perfect their sport. They can't become the best and remain the best forever. No, it's always an improvement, always improving. Same thing for a Scrum Master. There will always be new things, especially because this role, there's a lot of soft skills required. So you're always improving in terms of soft skills. You're always improving, always adapting to change. That's what Agile is all about. And because of this, there's no rush. You can still be a Scrum Master in the decades to come. And you can also do freelancing, part-time jobs, Scrum Master job, facilitation job, or anything Scrum or Agile related part-time. There's so many opportunities, which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.